There we go. Start it up. Thursday. What's up, everybody? And welcome into the DNVR Nuggets podcast. The hottest team in the NBA. Actually, second hottest team in the NBA. That's what she's saying.
What do you mean? Are you talking about just physically hot? Like, I would say hot.
You think they're physically hottest?
We're
pretty cold. We're pretty cold, man.
What were you talking about?
I just meant like they've won 8 in a row.
First off, who's hotter?
They've won 8 in a row. Memphis might have something going there for a little bit, but you know what? The streak's not over.
Let's go.
Let's just show up and see who can keep this thing going longest. We got a great show for you today. We're going to be joined by Alex English here any moment and momentarily. We've also got some really cool stuff to go through. Jokic passes, becomes the all-time leader in assists. We're going to look at some other records and talk about the viability of them being broken. We're also going to look at the All-Star votes that have the new returns are in. And I'm curious, you guys. I'm curious because Giannis and LeBron right now, top vote getters, set to be the captains. Jokic's odds of being the number 1 overall pick in the All-Star game go up if Giannis is there, and they plummet if it's KD. We'll talk about that. But I got a panel here to help me talk about it. Wearing green today, it's Brennan Vogt.
Hey, everyone. My odds of being on this show go way up when Wind isn't here.
Yeah,
someone's got to be here.
Yeah. It's a numbers game.
It really is a numbers game. We had nobody else. I mean, we looked around. There was nobody else.
Believe me, I was not the first choice.
And then sitting over there just giggling his ass off, it's D-Line Co.
Guys, I'm back.
You are back.
I'm back. In every life, a little rain must fall. Be it IP legal troubles or
Rain.
Rain. Yeah, those are the two things. I've gone through both in the last couple of days, and I went to the Nuggets game as a fan.
How was that?
It was fucking awesome.
Really? An
Dude,
F-bomb.
I was like-
An
I-
F-bomb on a family show.
I gotta
Wow.
say, like, when I've gone to like 3 Nuggets games over the last 2 years, and it's always been as a takeover event, and I was like, man, this is like fun, but like not quite as fun as I remember. And I was like, going this last night, I was like, oh, that's because I was working.
Right.
Those are the times. It's different when I was just like, I was telling players they sucked. I was eating popcorn.
In your bag.
I was like.
Have you been softened in your old age? No?
No. I've been hardened.
Really? You've been hardened. What were you screaming this
Calloused.
time?
Well, I have a list of appropriate things you're able to yell at.
They're not that good.
Well, good or not, they're what you have available to you. Number one, you're able to follow the prompts of the PA announcer, Kyle Speller.
That's true.
If he tells you what to say, you say it.
Yeah.
Number 2, you can cheer.
That's true.
A little amorphous, but just noise. You can make noise.
Yeah.
You can
Let's go.
boo.
Let's go is a good one.
And then the positive one, you have "let's go" in your disposal, and then
Let's
you have
go.
"you suck," and that's literally all you need. You suck, let's go, cheer, boo, and whatever Kyle Speller says. It's a great night, and I had a great time.
All right, well, there you go. We are going to be talking, obviously, with Alex English here shortly, Denver Nuggets legend, who, by the way, just very gracious on the timeline as Nikola surpassed him. You could tell there's a little bit of, like, joy in it. And I really think, like, that's, for me, so many old timers seem like upset that people break their records or do things in their own era and get compared with them. And it makes me so happy when players are like, you know what, that's cool. And it's a true handing of the baton.
Yeah.
We've gotten a chance to talk to him a couple times as well, and I think part of that plays into what you were just saying, which is in my time in Denver, he has been the most accessible, visible, and vocal, part of Denver's history that's actively rooting for the current iteration. And it's, we've talked about it. AI is another guy, right? Like not necessarily with Denver specific, but basketball, their love of the game shining through. So I don't know Alex super well. I don't know him well.
I know him personally.
I
know him as a
know
personal friend.
But
I'm
I'm really impressed by that part of it. Like it's the one thing with the Nuggets where, having come here for the last 5 years, I don't feel super in tune with their history. And I don't feel like it's like a palpable connection walking through the halls of Ball Arena.
Yeah.
But Alex English does kind of represent that and fill that role. So it's really exciting to hear from him for a long list of reasons.
Yeah.
All right. Here's some records, though, as we wait for Alex. Here's some records, though, that are not unbroken, because I'm curious to see if Jokic just leads in all categories when it's all said and done. And I want you guys to kind of tell me if you're feeling it or not. Number 1, games played. Right now, Alex English has the title for that. He's got 569 games played. Jokic does. He needs 269 more. He needs 269 more games. That is 3.2 full seasons, 82 games, 3.2. You figure he'll probably miss a game here or there. 3.2 full seasons. Do you think Jokic will become the all-time most?
So what 269 is that you said?
269, which is 3.2 full seasons worth of games.
That feels like he'll be able to accomplish that in 269 games. He never misses games.
Knock on wood.
He hates taking games off.
Yeah.
He's the Iron Man of the NBA. Yes.
He will miss games. I do think the older you get, though, you do miss games. But for him, like, I mean, what does he miss this year? Three games, I think.
Maybe.
It was COVID.
It was,
Well, two were, yeah.
That's
Or
true. Like COVID
one?
just might never.
Yeah.
And then one was Orthodox New Year.
AKA
Family time.
wrist issues, right? I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
there's really no unless Jokic does what I've always been scared of with Jokic, is that he just decides in his heart he truly is a horseman and he retires much earlier than he should and goes off in a golden chariot. There's no reason that he.
I think he retires earlier than he should, but I don't think it's going to be like in his prime. His prime, honestly, Jokic's prime to me should last at least 3 more years. It honestly should last like 4 or 5 more years. He's 27, 28. He's going to be in his prime athletically till he's 31, 32, and then he'll start to lose some athleticism. But come on now.
Kel, can you bring that comment up from Players for Tomorrow? I was actually going to say this myself. This title came around after his time, but from the historical perspective, I think that's accurate. I think Alex English is the Mr. Nugget historically.
Oh, man.
he is probably the biggest representation of Nuggetsdom, because there's like a few high points for Denver Nuggets fans outside of the Denver Nuggets sphere. Right?
Yeah.
And it's Alex English. It might be Fat Lever for some people.
Yeah.
Dan Issel, Dikembe Mutombo, Carmelo Anthony, but like that bridge.
That one, that one's tough.
Pretty burnt.
Doug Moe and George Karl too. Like they're coaches, but they transcend the coach part of that. In my opinion,
but there's not that many. Like, I mean, a lot of the reason like why you vote don't necessarily have any connection to the Denver Nuggets. Not only just because you didn't grow up, it's just because nobody cared.
Yeah.
Like there was no reason. Like nobody outside of Denver cared. Like very few people inside Denver cared. It was just like a wayward franchise that just it was here. And honestly, like the reason why it's taken me so long to even like come back around to the rainbow skyline jerseys is because it just represented failure for so long. Like it was a clown suit in many ways for so long, because if you wore Denver Nuggets gear when I was a kid, like you would be laughed at. Because they were terrible in those times. But like now we're at a place where the franchise is obviously like it's in good hands. There's good stewardship, and there is a desire to make the connection to the old version of the Nuggets and the new version of the Nuggets have an actual continuous storyline that we've been craving. And now it's like worthwhile to do it. And so now it's great. Like now you can start to look back and like there's pride that is being infused into the old time, which maybe wasn't even there then, that now feels like cool again. Like I love the idea of Alex English. Like that just makes me feel warm inside, like thinking about
I love that. We're going through these records though. Rebounds. Nikola has 5,906. Okay. He needs 724 to pass. That's roughly 73 games worth at 10 points per game. I mean, I did that math. I don't know if you guys saw how I did that there.
David Thompson was
pretty
the other one
impressive.
David Thompson for sure. But Jokic basically at a 10 rebound pace needs 73 games. This one's almost a lock.
Yeah, that's happening.
I mean, that's happening next year.
And just lest anyone be confused, obviously there's the NBA Nuggets rebound
Oh,
record, which
right,
he
right.
has, but it's the all-time franchise.
I
record.
count all time, man. I'm not doing this where we
yeah,
split the NBA and the ABA Nuggets. I'm just not doing it. The Nuggets are an ABA team. They are. They're quintessential, to me, a quintessential ABA team. And so to take away that history or try to like, oh, well, that's a separate history to me. I'm like, no, it's not. That's who they are.
Yep.
That's their DNA.
Yep.
They like, it's like you got married and got a new last name. It's like, it doesn't mean you're not still like of the bloodline. You know what I mean?
True.
That's really all it is. This one's cool. So by the end of next season, assuming he stays healthy, knock on wood, he will be the all-time leader in rebounds and assists. 2 of the big 3. Steals. This is an interesting one. He's got 685. He needs 482. So he's more than halfway there. He's about 60% of the way there. Roughly at a 1.3 steal per game pace, which is what he's maintained for the last 3 seasons, he would need about 4.5 more seasons. This one's going to be tough.
Yeah, this is going to be tough.
4.5, although 4.5 seasons.
But then and that's just like you're looking at the peak rate, right? Like, and then he could longevity, clean it up, and get
That's what
there.
I'm saying. Is you stay at this for 3 seasons and you play for another 2, like then he should get it and be the all-time leader in steals. I actually put this one at like maybe more than 50-50.
Who's the current leader?
Fat Lever.
Fat Lever.
Should have guessed.
Will Jokic be the leader in steals? This one feels less likely to me, but
370 games?
I mean, when you start to look at it just seems unlikely, but what's not likely?
He has 680. He needs 480. Like, he's more than halfway there. I don't know, man. And then you factor in those first 2 years, he wasn't really getting steals. Here's the other part of this. His career high in steals per game, that's hard. That's the hardest stat to project because some of it is just random.
Sure.
But I kind of feel like that's a stat I expect to go up.
I feel like he's put a lot more emphasis on it lately. I feel like this is his answer to not being the rim protector that we all want him to be, is that he's now really focused on slapping the ball out of people's hands, getting in passing lanes, being disruptive a little bit further out from the rim. And as soon as like the Cookie Monster nickname surfaced, like I feel like that coincided, whether or not he was cognizant of it. I never thought of Nikola Jokic as a guy that got steals.
Yeah, let's take a quick break here. We're going to take our first break because we just got Alex calling in. So on the other side, Alex English is going to join us and share his perspective on last night and just passing the torch on to the 2-time MVP.
Let's go ahead and talk about DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Obviously, the NFL divisional round is coming up this weekend. Broncos aren't in it. You can still be in it. Get skin in the game with DraftKings because they're an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instant law. Plus, all new and existing customers can take a shot at an even bigger payout with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. You can win a 10-leg parlay. Ever tell you about the time
I would love to hear.
You do tell it all the time.
Yeah,
You really
I would
do
love
bring
to
it
hear
up a
this
lot.
story.
You hit a
Put that
10-leg
down.
parlay.
Well, it
That's
says
pretty
we
cool.
make this an
Can you
open
actually get
read,
rid of Alex?
so-
We need time for this story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DNVR. New customers can bet $5 on the NFL divisional round. Get $200 in free bets instantly only at DraftKings Sportsbook. With code DNVR, remember, minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See those show notes for details. How about pins and aces?
How about him?
When was the last time you played golf, Eric?
We played simulated golf on Christmas, and I was very.
I beat him.
And Adam was stone
beat him.
sober. He's like,
Yeah, I beat
"Hey
him.
guys, I can't believe I can play this game with
I'm
accuracy
so
and
good at
skill."
golf.
And he was literally
man.
the only sober one.
I
So that it was
good.
done.
Hey, you should be sober more often.
I don't know much about playing golf, but my personal feelings are that looking the part is like 80% of it, and that's why I love Pins and Aces, the official golf apparel partner of DNVR. Good gear, polos, hats, golf bags, and of course, you know I love this part, the beer sleeve, because it's very important when you're golfing that you can drink 7 beers and that they're cold from start to finish. That's why this innovative product exists. So whether you're looking to drink beers or look fly, check out pinsandaces.com. Use code DNVR to receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com.
All right, now let's welcome in the man who has played more games than any other player in a Denver Nuggets journey, more minutes, has more offensive rebounds, more points, more playoff games played, and more playoff games won. And as of last night, the second most assists in Denver Nuggets history. It is, of course, one of the great ambassadors of the Denver Nuggets, Alex English. Alex, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're doing very good. We're enjoying our Denver Nuggets. I hope you are as well. So I wanted to kind of get you started here. When were you first made aware that Nikola was close to overtaking you in career assists as a Nugget?
I actually didn't know until yesterday. My daughter called and said, "You know that you all are, Jokic is about to pass you." So I said, "Okay."
Well, what was your initial feeling on that? I mean, you've been a pretty vocal Nikola fan and supporter. What was your initial feeling?
Well, I've always known that the record would be broken, and I expect him to, to be the all-time leading scorer at some point as well. So, it's it was good to have it. I held it for a long time, but I am happy and honored that such a deserving player is getting the honor now.
Did you watch the game last night? Were you watching it live?
I did. I watched it. We got into early foul trouble, but I knew he would come back, and he was just too big and too good for any of their big men on the floor. and he had his way, and it's been like that for him most of the year.
Yeah. I'm curious this one. This is kind of a fun one for you, Alex. Maybe you don't think in these terms, but we always do. Do you have a favorite pass of Nikola through his career, or a pass that you specifically think back on?
Well, no. I mean, he's had some great ones. I can remember last night, guy going to the basket, and he's got it on the break, and he just finds him just in just a sliver of space to get the ball through.
Yeah.
Then he has a no-look pass over his shoulder. He's just had some great ones. He's got eyes in the back of his head. He sees the floor so well.
What does it do when a player, because I think one of the things that's interesting about the Nuggets this year is that Aaron Gordon is passing the ball very well. Bruce Brown has been passing the ball well. KCP, what does it do for a player, for good players, when you have somebody? I mean, how contagious can it be?
Yeah, it's infectious that they see this big guy who can score at will and can be very selfish and still be good being selfish, but is very generous with the ball and enjoys making the pass and getting the assist. It seems like more than scoring the basket. It's just his offensive skills are just great.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you played with that reminds you, or played against, that reminds you of him in any way? I mean, I know he's largely one of one, but specifically, is there anything he does that reminds you of someone you remember?
I know he passes the ball similar to, sees the floor similar to the way Magic Johnson used to see the floor, but he sees it from a different perspective because he's a big guy in the middle, so it's different. Magic had it; he was coming at you. Jokic gets it in the post or on the wing; he just sees everything. But I haven't seen a player like him. There's no player that's played that's been like him. That's had all of the stuff that he's got. I mean, he's so big. I watched him last night just post guys up, and they had nobody to stop him because he was just so big. It's not like he's jumping and dunking on folk. He's just got such good control over his body, and he knows where the basket is. And I'm sure he spends a lot of time around that basket, just flipping the ball up all kinds of ways because that's how he scores when he's in the paint.
Yeah. Yesterday, there was an article, an interview with Hakeem Olajuwon, and I'd never heard Hakeem talk about Nikola before, and he said he's the one. That's my favorite player to watch. He just raved about him, and sometimes the old timers like the new generation, sometimes they don't. They're critical, this or that. It seems that Nikola gets more respect and sort of appreciation shown to him by the older generation than he does his own current generation oftentimes. Do you have a theory for why that might be, that some of the old timers seem to really appreciate him?
I think it's because he's got a kind of an old school game that he's kind of added his own touch to and made it exciting and flamboyant. He's got footwork. He can shoot the three. He's a rebounder. He uses his body well. Old school type stuff. He follows his shot. A lot of young guys nowadays, they don't follow the shot. They shoot the ball and expect it to go in every time. But he goes back and gets it. I don't know how many offensive rebounds he had last night, but he shoots the ball. If he misses it, he knows it's going to come back to him, or he knows where it's going to go, and he gets to that spot.
Yeah.
As you're watching the game, are there elements of the game when you played it and when you thrived in the league that you see absent, that you miss, or anything like that, similar to Hakeem with the post work?
They shoot a lot more threes now, and the guys will shoot a three instead of taking a mid-range jump shot or getting to the basket. And they're becoming so good at it now that it's like, okay, it's like,
right.
Oh, all right, they can shoot it, they make it, and go ahead and shoot it.
Do you like that? Is that a change you like, or is it one you don't really care for?
Some of it I like. If it's a guy that can really make that shot, But for me, and I guess I'm kind of biased because it's the way I played. The beauty of the game is in between the 3-point line and the basket because you've got to be creative to get there.
Yeah. Let me ask you about some of the other players that are on the roster now, other than Nikola. Jamal Murray's coming back from injury. What have you seen from him so far this year? Both the good and the bad from him.
Well, the last few games I've seen him look like Jamal of old. What they call bubble Jamal. He was just unstoppable. Every now and then, and it's maybe just a matter of conditioning. He kind of lags getting back on defense, but offensively, his skills are just. I remember seeing Jamal Murray when he was in high school in Brazil, and I was coaching, doing an NBA Cares program, and he's the same guy. He's just. When he was that young, he was just as good. He was far ahead of everybody else. But I like all the, they've upgraded the squad from what they've had. So that's why I expect them to be in the Western Conference Finals. Bones Highland, tremendous player. Aaron has made the biggest change. Because he's improved his game. He can hit jump shots. He doesn't just dunk the ball, and he's just not around the rim. And he's got energy. I love his energy. Caldwell Pope.
Yep.
Love his game too. And I think what you call him, MJP.
MPJ, yeah.
MPJ or whatever, Michael Porter Jr.
There you go.
Whenever he gets it going, he's pretty smooth too. And in all the other pieces, Shinshar, I can't pronounce his name correctly, but I like him. He's an upgrade from what they had.
Yeah.
It just seems like they've just upgraded the squad. The guys coming off the bench and the guys that are contributing. So I expect them in Memphis to be in the Western Conference Final.
Interesting. Well, it's interesting you mentioned Bones, though, because I'm always curious what players think about the difficulty of bringing a young player onto a veteran team. I mean, he's a really talented player, but he's just so much less experienced than a KCP, an MPJ, all the other pieces there. What are the challenges in your eyes of young players being around so many veterans?
I think it's great because they learn how to be players. They learn how to be veterans. They learn how to play the game and what makes these older guys tick. What they get to see their desire and how they enjoy the game. So it's only going to make him better.
Yeah, I agree with you. What about you? You referenced this already. You think they can get to the Western Conference Finals, but how do they win it all? What do you think are the things they need to work on between now and the playoffs?
I don't know yet. What I've seen, they've been pretty good. Defensively, that might be the part that they may need to work on. Offensively, they've got all the talent, all the skill, as long as they got the big guy, the MVP, as I say. He's just offensively, he's got all the tools. And defensively, he sees the floor well, and he's got good defenders around him. I think a couple of years ago, they had a kid. Was it Craig?
Yeah, Torrey Craig. Yeah.
Torrey Craig, and they had the other kid as well that they traded to Orlando.
Gary Harris.
Gary Harris. Yeah.
Gary Harris. Those two guys were defenders, and you've got to have people like that. I think Caldwell Pope is a scorer, but he also defends well.
Sure.
So they've got players that do that. They've got players that score. They can shoot the three. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Are you tuning in every game?
I don't watch every game because I have a life to live.
Yeah.
But I'm not living.
That's a real burn for us.
Yeah, it doesn't say much about us.
I think I watch every game twice, Alex, but I have no life to live, so that's fair.
Well, and I watch a lot of basketball. My university got the #1 women's basketball team in the country.
Yeah.
And I watch them a lot, go to their games. I watch the men. I'm on the board of trustees here at the university, so I don't have to go to the games, but I enjoy watching the college basketball that comes through here with the SEC.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to ask you this one. You referenced it earlier, but, Nikola passed you. You handed the torch off to him with the assists. Points is still a little ways away, though. He's still got a lot of ground to cover to catch up on points. Is that something that you would be rooting for personally for him specifically to take that torch from you?
I would, and it's going to take longevity. The reason I'm in that spot is because I played with the Nuggets for 11 or 10 and a half years. So it's it's longevity and being able to produce every year. And I think, if he's there, he'll break the record.
Yeah.
I have a question. I'm curious, as you look back and as you look at the franchise, the Denver Nuggets as a franchise, it's sort of gone through some evolution over the past, I would say, decade or so. And with Jokic coming over, it's brought a lot more respect to the name. I'm just curious, what the Nuggets look like to you from the outside. Are you proud of this franchise? Are you proud to be a part of it? Is it something that has gained in notoriety in your eyes?
Oh, it has. And, I think the fans are a big reason for that. They come out and support that team all the time. I still know some of the fans that are there, and they love the Nuggets. They have built a love in the community there that's probably second to none.
Yeah. Are you going to be?
But what I'm excited about, and it's not just the Nuggets, but it's the whole league, is that they've gotten back to playing exciting basketball. I'm looking for our highest scoring game in NBA history. I'm looking for that to fall at some point too. 186, 184.
Oh man.
Because now, I saw a team score 150 points the other night.
Yeah.
That's still 30 points off of ours, but you don't have these 86 and 96 point games. They're so boring. When the Detroit Pistons was playing, and people want to see exciting basketball. I think the Golden State Warriors were the reason. They're the reason why that free flow offense has come back in style. And I always wonder why people didn't look at the old Denver Nuggets tapes and say, hey, maybe we can learn something here.
The passing game, get the ball popping. Who are the ball popping? Man, I love it. Who are the?
And we didn't shoot a lot of threes. We scored that, but not a lot of threes shot.
It's so true. Who are the most fun players for you, and who's the most entertaining players in the league?
Well, of course, the MVP.
Yeah,
I like him. I like his demeanor, his way he approaches the game. But I also like the two South Carolinians that are in the league now and taking the league by storm. Ja Morant and Zion Williamson. It's both of them are exciting and future possible MVPs as well.
Right.
But I enjoy watching when I watch the league, and there's so many new players. And so many new skilled players. That Memphis team is exciting, as exciting as the Nuggets.
Yep.
Yeah.
People keep wanting to give it to the Boston Celtics because they've got that experience. Boston Celtics, they've got to see the Nuggets and they've got to see Memphis.
Yeah. I love this, Alex. You're coming in spicier even than us, which I absolutely love.
Oh, you guys are supposed to be spicy?
Well, we're not very spicy, I'm afraid.
We're like mayonnaise.
We're like mayonnaise.
Y'all look a little chill to me, kind of laid back.
We are laid back, man. It's Denver. You know how Denver is.
We're letting you do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I'm looking for y'all to pull the popcorn out.
Oh, do you have some?
Well, Alex, man, you were always a fantastic ambassador of all things Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, as a lifelong Denver Nuggets fan, it makes me so happy whenever I see you on the timeline, on the Twitter timeline, talking about the Nuggets and sharing your perspective and just reminded that you're there rooting along with us. I just think it's fantastic. And also, by the way, a happy belated birthday. I know you just had a birthday a couple weeks ago, and we really appreciate you hopping on.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
All righty. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks,
and we'll take a break right here. Alex English, the Denver Nuggets legend, and current holder of the most points scored in Denver Nuggets franchise history.
Mr. Nugget.
Man,
All
he's
right.
the best, man.
He is the best.
He's right. I didn't want to hear us talk.
I know.
I wanted some popcorn. I wanted to listen to what the man has to say.
That was a great question, by the way.
Oh,
I liked
thanks.
his answer, too.
Really good stuff.
Listen, I cannot guarantee that you'll be as cool as Alex English at any point in your life. Actually, I can
I
guarantee,
can guarantee absolutely not.
that you won't. If you want to get closer though, just kind of bridge the gap a little bit, Shady Rays. Kick off the new year with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered from the sun to the slopes with premium polarized shades, customable snow goggles, and more. I've told you guys before, this is one of my favorite free gifts we get as podcast hosts because I love sunglasses.
Yeah. I like you have to just really point out that we get
our lives are sick.
It's not just that it benefits you. Just think about what it's done for us.
Yeah, think about that. Listen, here's the thing. Whether you're a host of the podcast or a listener of the podcast, this is true. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they'll send you a brand new pair. That seems like craziness to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to break mine.
Oh, they're going to get broke when I punch you in the eye.
Yeah, well, all right, wow. But if you don't love them, you can exchange them too, or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back. Exclusively for our listeners, best deal of the new year. Go to shadyrays.com, use code DNVR, that's us, or visit them in-store at Park Meadows Mall for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people.
Yeah, man, they're a cool brand. Sometimes you're like, do we need another whatever?
Sure.
And then you see something else. They're well priced, they're well made, and they look incredible. They're well designed.
That's true. It's true. I'm really
Holy
excited.
triumvirate.
Really excited for mine. Also, I got to talk about Breckenridge Brewery. The Mile High City Golden Ale is now out and available for all you Nuggets fans to drink. Maybe not all of you. Some locations you might not find Breck. If you aren't sure, fire up the Breck Beer Locator. You may just find that some of their delicious brews are near you. But if you really want to try this Mile High City Golden Ale, no longer the Capolaga. It's rebranded. It's a fresh taste, but a retro
it's a new
look.
beer.
But a retro look.
Yeah.
It's a new beer. But it looks great. And if you enjoy Alex English, that as I know you do, and really just dipping into Denver Nuggets history, you're going to love the design of this can. Yes. You're probably going to want to keep it after you drink it. Put it in your studio or something. So check out Breckenridge Brewery, that Mile High City Golden Ale.
Let's go.
Guys, this wasn't on the docket, but I don't know if this was public knowledge. I don't remember seeing this quote. So if I missed it, I just missed it. But apparently Aaron Gordon says if I'm in the All-Star game, I'll do the dunk contest.
Oh, what? But he has to be in there?
If I'm in. So I love this on 2 levels.
I love it.
Oh, man.
This is a little bit of a like.
That's like
it's genius.
It's genius, right?
It's genius.
Because he's
like, if you use code DNVR when you.
Because I think Shaden Sharp was invited to be in it, and it's like, okay, he's a really good dunker, and he's known enough. He's a young player, he's known enough. But then, like, Mac McClung is in it. Guys, we can't do this where we bring guys from the G League, guys that are on 10-day contracts to be in the dunk contest. Like, no. So a guy that's actually, first of all, has been robbed. He's been robbed in the past. I kind of like this idea.
Bro, what if he does? What if Rocky starts with a half-court shot?
Oh, God.
That bounces off the rim.
All
and
right.
then AG grabs it.
All right.
Jumps over a Kia.
Okay.
And some Shady Rays, and then dunks it down.
Wow, he jumps over a whole pair of sunglasses?
Into a bucket of Breck brews.
Oh, my God.
Crazy.
I think it's cool. Honestly, like, he doesn't have a lot of all-star buzz going right now for whatever reason. Like, he's not on the list. We're going to talk about that list here in a moment. But
what a great way to get votes. You want to see me dunk?
I love
Put
that.
me in the All-Star game.
I love that.
I do love it too, but I'm also, it really does come down to, I remember somebody, who was it that was saying Boston feels like if they're the top seed, they should get three guys or something like
sure
that.
They do feel the
entitlement of these.
I'm sure they do feel that way.
Like here's what Jokic should say. Jokic should help him out. He should say either I'm the MVP or we have 2 All-Stars. You know what? Like, hey, put the ultimatum. I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys don't want to vote me MVP? Well, how can I not be when I'm the 1 seed with no All-Stars?
Yeah.
I got no help.
They're like,
unless you say I do.
But I feel like
a
I
red
have
pill
help.
or a blue pill. Which should you take?
Yeah, which one do you want to
That would be
take?
so
Like,
Jokic too. Jokic.
Yeah.
the Nuggets get 4 All-Stars. They're like, he's got so much help.
I mean, if we did it for the
All
Atlanta
of Philly
freaking
starts
Hawks.
voting for every Nugget. They're like, we can't let him be the MVP.
This is true. This is our campaign. Listen up, Philadelphia. You want your boy Embiid to win an MVP?
Yeah.
Hop on the sticks.
I better see KCP
Vote for-
in the starting
We
lineup.
better have Aaron Gordon in the All-Star game. I don't want to hear Jokic did this all on
Tell
his own.
everyone how much help he has.
Tell everybody how much hope he has. Come
Four
on, Philly.
All-Stars.
You got to get behind
Cowards.
this. I love it.
Cowards.
Get Aaron Gordon in the dunk contest.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's go back to some of these records here, guys, because that's what I had earmarked for this section here. So we talked about games played. We think he's going to pass it. We talked about rebounds, almost a lock. I mean, it's basically a lock that he's going to pass it. Steals, I feel good about. You guys feel a little bit more iffy, but basically it's
I
going to
think
take
he gets
4.5
it.
I
seasons.
feel like he's going to do everything, but
Well-
it's just the most likely.
All right, here's what I love. Win shares. Remember, this is a cumulative thing. Win shares. He needs 6 more. He has 88.8. He is on pace to get that this year.
Yeah,
Jokic is on pace to be the all-time leader in win shares this season. By the way, every advanced stretch trick, win shares, PER, box plus minus, VORP, they all are a little different, you know? And I love it because he's on pace right now to be slightly down on box plus minus from last year where he was historically the best ever. But this year, on pace to be a highest win shares ever.
It's, man, this is the thing about Jokic is that he's so good in so many ways, but he's good in ways that are also weird. That then people are like, this is when you get into the Raptor, the VORP. You're like, yeah, I agree. Also, if you're curious, they're in first place and he just dunked on Embiid. Do you care about that? He also just knocked down 3 game-winning shots. I don't know how advanced that is for you, but he does. The fact that he tops out every advanced analytic is the blessing and the curse of his his campaign always.
And it also is funny, like the number one to me, like because I do think that the advanced metrics, you know, maybe in years we'll find out that the era has, I don't know, whatever. I mean, you can't argue that he's been bad. I mean, you argue that he's obviously been great. Is he number 1 box plus minus ever? I mean, whatever.
Well, I mean, yes.
But I mean, yes, he is. Yes, he is.
for the record.
Career-wise, yes, he is.
And you know what? Checks out.
It checks out, actually. Matches my personal eye test. But the one to me that is so interesting is just the raw plus minus. Because this is not an advanced stat. And I know it's not a perfect tell-all, but you know what it does say? When you were on the court, were you winning or losing? When you were on the court, were you outscoring the people that were trying to outscore you? And for Jokic, the answer is yes, by leaps and bounds.
Yeah, by a lot.
That's the funny thing, is that it's like when he's on the court, they just are completely dominant.
And that stat, when the number gets big enough, it absolutely tells you something.
Right,
It's
right,
noisy
right,
in terms
right.
of
Oh, yeah.
discerning the margins, but like when one guy,
One guy's like 40% higher than every other player that's not on his own personal team. It's pretty incredible. Assists in a season is an interesting one, Eric. He has 405 assists in a season. He needs 315 to break Ty Lawson's record. Ty Lawson certainly has the record. That means he needs to play every game the rest of the year and average 8.5. But if he misses 4 games, he'll need to average 9.5.
Okay. I believe he will average a triple-double by year's end.
So that means
So that means this will probably happen. It just comes down. I mean, the tough thing always is just what we're talking about now is not should he break it. Now we're talking about are the basketball gods in our favor or not? Like, will he be? If he's around, no problem. We're talking about like injury or something outside of of what he can control on the basketball court. So yes.
He should. Don't you think this will be cool, though? So some of these stats mean something and some of them don't. And this one is one of those ones that's like the 2,000, 1,500 one. Did it mean anything? No. But it was really cool. And it happened to come down to the last game. And remember, he had to check back in. For a while, they were like, he's not going to check back in because they were up 20. But thankfully, I put this in air quotes, the second unit blew it. Remember, and he had to come back in, and he ended up getting it.
I missed this game.
Oh, that's
Every
right.
time we
You
talk
miss
about
it.
this,
It makes you mad.
I want to.
But here's my point, though, Vogt. What if we get to the last game of the season, last 2 games, and it's like, does this game mean anything? No. But, Jokic needs 9 assists.
Oh, and I think he might know more than we would think.
What if
He might know and go.
What if the first place in the Western Conference comes down to that game, and he needs 11 assists, and it's like, well, are we in conflict with winning? Like,
he does have a
gunning?
propensity to do just what's needed at the end. But like being like, oh, I had no idea. Like every time.
So you think he's going to pass this on the last game of the
of course,
season?
of course.
by one, and
By
be like, I
one.
did not know.
Yeah, and he'll be like, oh, and then I don't know why I was playing in the last 2 seconds of a game we were up 20.
The other thing too is in future seasons, sometimes I wonder, should Jokic get a ring? Like, let's say this group wins, big if, but let's just say it for this thought exercise. And then you carry most of this same core back, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Bruce Brown leaves, but it's the same group. Does Jokic start really pushing the boundaries of, like, how little do I need to score? How much can an assist first mindset? Like, what are the boundaries? What are the limits of this approach?
This is what's cool though about Yoke is I kind of like him doing different, having a different outlier every year. Like this year, it's assists, right? He's around the 10 assist mark, and also it's efficiency. He's up there. I would just love if every year there was a new thing. He's like, this year I'm gonna average 3 steals.
Yeah. This is the like, I'm bored. I'm gonna start shooting with my left hand.
Yeah,
He's like, you know what I'm gonna do this year? I'm gonna do the number one. I'm gonna be the number one behind the back reverse dunk champion. I'll see you in Hell Mason.
And then his Larry Bird transformation is just complete.
Yeah, and then we're like, why does Jokic keep dunking the ball backwards over and over? And then we're like, oh, he just decided he wanted to lead the league in that.
It's hilarious, man. Like, and also last year was rebounding. Like his rebound numbers went up, and then they went down this year. And again, it's just because it's like the texture of the team. I just would love if every year there's a new thing that has to be done. It's like, oh, you know what? Then he threes. He
new
shot.
achievement. He just gets a new badge unlocked. Yes,
This year, he's currently number 1 season in Nuggets history in field goal percentage. He's got it by 1.1%. 2-point field goal percentage. He's also number 1. He has that by 1.7%. Number 2 all time, Aaron Gordon this year. Eric Jokic 1, Aaron Gordon 2 right now, currently in best 2-point field goal percentage.
This is why I think all of the old school, the old guard likes Nikola Jokic, is because he does these things that are so insanely historic, and like every time we list off something he's close to or has done, it's like comical. You're like, what? Like him and who?
Yeah.
But he doesn't act in a way that he's trying to take it from, like, this is mine now.
Right.
This league is mine now. Like sometimes when you get like super braggadocious good players, it's like they're looking to get rid of what used to be. And Jokic is like, even though he leads it, like he's just sort of like comfortable with the idea that it doesn't belong to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think
that's why it was cool this last one where he's like, this is a team thing. You know?
So I think that they like that. I think that they like Jokic is like eternally gracious in everything that he does. And it's very easy to root for a guy like that versus somebody that's like Shaquille O'Neal. It's like, I'm the number 1 center. Like, everybody can, and you're like, okay, all right, Shaq. Like, we enough. Like,
by the way, to that point, Jokic said this to ESPN, right? I'm actually kind of proud of this one.
Yeah.
Like, if there is a record Jokic wanted to set, it's this one. And it was kind of cool to see. It's kind of cool to see.
Last one, though, real quick, guys. Points. We referenced it with Alex English, but he does need 10,000. If you do the math on that, it's 410 games. If you do the math on that, it is exactly 5 seasons, of 25 points per game. 5 seasons of 25 points per game. This one's going to be the toughest.
That bar is set very high. Alex English was transcendent.
He scored a lot of points.
He scored a lot of points. He scored, as he mentioned, he was part of an era where there was a game where both squads scored 180 points in one game. This feels, I mean, I have faith in all things Jokic, but this one I'm like,
He's getting it. He's getting it.
You think he's getting it?
This is my first line in my Jokic notes. Just the golden rule of Miroslav. Yeah. The answer is yes.
Yeah.
There might be one season, like hopefully it's not for a while, but the three-peat year, you know, the 3rd title defense or whatever, or the 2nd title defense, where a player got hurt, like needed 33 out of Jokic every game, and he's like, all right, so he makes up for a whole extra season.
God damn it! All right,
I also think too, we all sort of assume, like we've put the assumption on the short retirement and the early retirement, and like while we all think that's on the table, it's erroneous to say, or it's not fair to say likely. We don't know how long he's going to play. No. And he's such a ground-bound player and so endurant. And
if he does end up playing, you're right, for like 8 more years, which he fully could. Like all of these are shattered.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the longevity is also on the table with him, because if he wants to play for a while, his body should hold up.
I wonder if he's like close, if he like is ready to retire, 33 years old, ready to retire, but then everyone's like, hey, you know, if you played one more season, you'll probably set every record.
He's like, can you say that louder? The sound of the horse hooves and the chariot wheels are making it hard to hear. He's like,
sweet, I don't care about that at all.
He's like, I'm spending my time on these splavs.
All right, we're going to take one final quick break, but on the other side, we have a fun segment for you guys. Kind of a goofy one. Finally. A fun one.
Wow, this show's been a drag.
All-Star returns are in. We're going to have one person be Giannis, one person be LeBron, and we're going to draft the players. I can't wait for this.
Well, I've been waiting to either be LeBron or Giannis for a long time. This feels good.
This feels right, doesn't it?
You're going to want to see the the best nugget of all time. It's either Alex English or it's Jokic, right? Or one of the greats. But let's say Jokic, you can watch him play currently. You just need the Game Time app because there are a lot of people who have season tickets, might decide last second. Maybe the snow's coming. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why you might bail out. But we want that arena full of Nuggets fans. So check out Game Time because last second buyers can pair up with last second sellers and get the best prices on the best seats to the best show in town.
Oh, then you can go there and say things like, "You suck."
That's right. If you don't know what to say, ask Eric for a list.
I'll print it out.
So if you love DNVR, you'll love Game Time. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. Kale's showing you there on the YouTube show. It's also in your podcast descriptions. Join over 15 million people who have downloaded the Game Time app and score the best seats to them Denver Nuggets games because, my goodness, why wouldn't you want to go? And then last read real quick. It's our friends at Jive Hive. I don't mind at all going into brick and mortar stores and talking with my bud tenders, but I understand that that's not always available to you, depending on where you live. Yeah. Maybe brick and mortar isn't legal. Maybe it's just too hard to get there that day. Yeah. Snow on the ground.
Or maybe you feel weird about going into them.
Which is fair. Like
maybe you're a working professional. Maybe you're a doctor.
Right.
Maybe you're a lawyer.
The stigma thing has come a long way in Colorado. It's been around for a long time, but not everyone is, let's say, in my position, where no one seems to care what you do.
Oh, no. In fact, if we don't go to them, we're like,
off
are
brand.
You guys all right? Yeah, right.
So you can buy discreetly from Jive Hive and they will deliver to your door. It's a virtual dispensary on wheels. And if you know what a dispensary looks like, then you know what this menu looks like. It's the same thing. They got everything you would need. It's JIVEHYVE.com. Get your deliver ordered the same day or scheduled delivery window. They'll be there to say hi. Get Jive Hive. Don't drive.
All right, we got about 10 minutes left in the show here, and then the Buffs are taking over. They came in here to give us a watchful eye so we don't go late, just so you guys know. And they got a few more likes than we got last show, so their chest is out in here. It's a little annoying. Prime time.
How about you guys win a effing game? Yeah, how about that?
No, this turned really ugly.
How about we see one person in a uniform? Man?
Yeah. They did win the transfer portal.
All right, guys. I don't know if you've seen the latest results. Pull them up on the screen here real quick, Kale. Just real quickly, if you have. The front court, Jokic is second. Although I will say Anthony Davis uncomfortably close to Jokic. So don't stop voting for Jokic. You need to make. I don't want that stupid thing where Anthony Davis beats him out on votes.
I know some people like their MVPs to play defense. I like my all-stars to play basketball. I like them to play games. That was a really good Zion and Anthony Davis, what are we doing?
I know, it's so stupid. But at least, Jokic is right there behind LeBron.
Oh, number 9, Kevon Looney.
Honestly, this
Kevon
is the
Looney is so stupid.
I'm actually surprised to see Jokic this high. Like, I think he could win 7 MVPs in a row and never be the top vote.
Yeah, for sure. All right, go to the West Guards. What do we got for West Guards? Steph Curry, that makes sense, although he has missed a lot of time as well. Luka Doncic, that also makes sense. And then I'm surprised you guys, you want to get mad for somebody else's sake? John Morant, that far down? Isn't that kind of surprising?
John Morant, you mean just number 3?
Yeah, I'm just saying he only has 2,000.
Russell Westbrook being on this at all.
I'm just saying he only has 1.9 million.
Ban the fan vote. It is.
They did. They kind of did. They made it.
I'm talking about votes.
I was just going to say.
Oh yeah, signatures.
We kind of did.
Yeah, we kind of. Well, you did. All right, what else we got? Eastern Conference front court. What do we have here? Giannis, number 1. Now, why is this important? It's very neck and neck.
Yeah, it is very important.
He passed Kevin Durant, and that means the 2 top vote getters in each conference get to be the captain of the team. The difference between Kevin Durant drafting the team and Giannis drafting the team means, is Jokic going to be the first player picked or the last player picked?
Do you want your all-star team to be formed through love or hate?
Right. Exactly. And Jokic will be on the hate side. So this is kind of big. And then, of course, on the other side, Kyrie Irving, number 1, is a little surprising. Donovan Mitchell right there. Although, as I look at this list of East guards, kind of unimpressed, man. Jaylen Brown's the 3rd best. James Harden, then, isn't that kind of surprising with how stacked the guards were in the West?
Yeah. I mean, I personally believe that Boston deserves 3 players in.
3 or 4. If you're the number 1 seed, you should get it, man.
Yeah, I think that should be it should be, you know what, a written rule.
That's so true, man. That's so true. All right, so I get to assign any, mini, mighty, mo. I can't stand the thought of Vogt being LeBron.
Okay.
Because he's too annoying about his LeBron love.
Oh, my God.
So you have to be LeBron. You are going to be Milwaukee Bucks / Greek star Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I don't know who is what. You just kept saying you.
You're LeBron.
Eric is LeBron.
Eric is LeBron James.
I hate this.
Yeah, and who had the most votes there, Kale? It was LeBron, right? All right, so LeBron, you get the first pick.
Well, now I
of
love
all
this.
the players. Now here's the list. Oh, you don't ever open up your show.
I'm going to go with Jokic.
Team LeBron. You know LeBron's not going to pick him. You have to be LeBron. This is why I didn't say Eric picks the team. I said LeBron picks. You're playing a little role play here. You have here are the players you have to pick from.
I'll pick Bugs Bunny.
Kevin Durant. That was a good one. Steph Curry, Luka, Kyrie, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, John Morant. I know you weren't listening to that, and you don't ever pick up your show notes.
All right, cool.
There you go, buddy.
I will go. I'll pick KD.
All right, Team LeBron selects Kevin Durant with the number 1 overall pick. I don't know, man. I think he would take Steph.
Yeah,
I think LeBron is sneaky trying to force his way to Golden State right now. People don't realize. I think he's trying to do it.
Well, wait a minute. So
You picked Kevin Durant. You're LeBron.
Do I have free will? What is this?
No, you are LeBron James. Giannis Antetokounmpo, where are you going?
Oh, well, first of all, great to be here, fellas. I am going to go. I think I get to do this. Now, I don't know if he would, but I think I can stretch it. I'm going to take Jokic.
He's taking Jokic, number 1, his buddy.
No chance.
You don't think he would take Jokic?
No.
I don't know. He might, man.
The other one is Steph.
Yeah, I was going to say him or
Steph.
Steph.
You know what? I'm going to say Steph.
He takes Steph. Oh, man. All right, Jokic, you got
leave Jokic on there.
You have to be honest. What's Giannis going to pick?
I love the shooting, but I love another international big.
All right, he goes with Jokic. All right, back to you.
I will take Luka Doncic.
You think he's going to take Luka?
I clearly don't know the inner workings of LeBron James enough. I'm picking on my own accord, which is, I've been told now.
This is a really bad
representation. You think so? I think LeBron sees himself in Luka and wants to make sure that he can bench him.
Wow. All right. Okay, back over to Team Giannis. This is a very surprising result so far.
Okay, now I will take Steph Curry.
Wow, this team is going to kick ass. This is like my dream team right here.
Awesome.
My God, this is going to be the most fun thing in the world. All right, Team LeBron.
I will take Ja Morant.
Wow, he's going to take. I could see him taking Ja. I could see that.
All right, please do not clip this and also forget that it happened.
Oh, no.
Clip this.
No.
Turn it up.
You know what? It's a good pick. This team is really solid.
It makes too much sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
Don't make him say it. Just kidding. You have to say it.
You have to say it.
Vogt.
Nope.
No. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
We'll take Jason Tatum on my.
I do like that Kale is making him extra small, though.
Yeah,
he made Tatum extra small. Okay, all right. LeBron, you have to choose now between Donovan Mitchell and Kyrie Irving. Do you want to go to the Cleveland Star, where you might want to go to Cleveland, or do you want to go to your old Cleveland Star?
Oh man,
Kyrie.
Just for the comedy and the controversy alone, I will take Donovan Mitchell.
Oh my gosh, you are a bad LeBron. This is not
I've
at all.
never been paid a higher compliment.
This is not at all LeBron's
I'm the
team.
worst LeBron.
So then we go over there with Kyrie Irving. Man, Kyrie Irving wrecks this team. We have the most fun team ever. A perfectly designed All-Star game.
God.
And Kyrie Irving
It was
is
a
shooting.
flawless draft. I didn't even take him.
Oh, that's a really
Thanks,
tough
Brooklyn.
final pick. Fortunately, this is not how it's going to go. But man, if we got Steph,
What if it does?
Can I just say something? I would swap Kyrie out for KCP.
of
If
course you
LeBron
would.
selects these 5 players, I expect a handwritten note that says,
All
Eric,
right.
you are in fact a great LeBron.
You are
I hope he does.
a great LeBron. I'll
really
tell you
hope
what,
he
though, in
does.
all sincerity, I do think there's a very good chance that we end up with Giannis, Jokic, Steph, and Luka on the same team.
Could happen.
I think it would be a really cool, like, oh my God, the
Yeah,
storylines,
it really should just be good versus evil. I should have
the xenophobia that will exist
Oh
online.
yeah, I should have Durant, Kyrie,
Yeah, well,
Jason
for sure.
Tatum,
And Ja.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the dark squad.
That's there you go. That might be what happens. All right, hit that outro music, super producer Kel. Guys, these buffs guys are looking at us with judging eyes at our low like count. They're just like sitting there laughing at us because we only have 500 likes. Just try to help us out so we can laugh back in their faces at the end of this.
The
Throw us
Nuggets,
some.
this just came through in the Nuggets transfer portal news. That's great. Everyone stick around for another 10
Did
minutes.
Get it? Yeah. Did we just have
Another 10 minutes.
Dude, did you see that video of Michael Malone making all the players stand up and then sit
Yes.
down and then stand up, turn around? It's like Red Rover, sit down, shut up.
Yeah, did you know that
It was so cool.
Yeah, did you hear that the SUV of Nikola Jokic was the interior was all Louis Vuitton. It was filled with popcorn.
Really? Is that right? That's so crazy. Just kidding, guys. They have a great show coming right up. Hit the like button on the way out.